current status of all police stations within Nairobi County, including the degazettement of Capitol Hill Police Station.
Point of order, Chair.
Yes.
Yeah, I was requesting, Chair, because the response is quite lengthy.
If you could go straight to page 17 of your response on the degazettement of Capitol Hill Police Station and skip the status of the others, just in the interest of time, Chair.
Yeah. Yes, IG, please, if you could just do as the Senators guided because of time, so that we can also have time to interrogate the matter.
Thank you, Chair. Well obliged. The degazettement of the Capitol Hill Police Station and transfer of LR number 209/10531 to the designated entities. 4.1 is the status. I state as follows, Honorable Chair and Honorable Members, that Capitol Hill Police Station was gazetted way back in 2011 by the Kenya Gazette Notice number 3946 of 24th March 2011. Adaladi parcel number LR209/10531. Measuring approximately of National Treasury as trustee for the National Police Service. 4.2. The chronological sequence of events leading to the degazettement of Capitol Hill Police Station. Number one, the Principal Secretary of the State Department informed my office of the Cabinet approval authorizing the transfer of the subject parcel of land to 3 entities as follows. Number one is Africa Trade Insurance Agency. Number 2 is the Financial Sector Regulators. And number 3, St. John's Ambulance, Kenya. The communication further informed me to initiate the necessary process for the degazettement of the Capitol Hill Police Station and facilitate the transfer of the RAD to the designated institutions. Honorable Chair and Honorable Members, in compliance with the communication, I sought the legal advisory from the Honorable Attorney General, filed my letter reference the NPS/IG SECPOL 2/3/1 volume in short LV into bracket 36 dated 15th July 2025 regarding the proposed degazettement. The Attorney General filed her letter reference AG/CIV/MSL/313/25 dated 11th August 2025 provided a preliminary legal opinion outlining the background, applicable legal considerations and requisite safeguards to guide the process. Pursuant to the foregoing, and guided by the legal advisory issued by the Principal State Counsel, that's the Honorable Attorney General, I declare the said parcel of land redundant for police use and would like to assure the committee that there will be no gap in the provision of policing services in the area, which will now be provided by Kilimani Police Station, Kenyatta Hostel Police Post, Golf Course Police Post, and the Kemri Patrol Base. All these are the other Kilimani Police Station. So the area is fully taken care of in matters policy. Consequently, I communicated the matter to the Deputy Inspector General, Kenya Police Service, filed my letter NPS IG /Sec Port 2/3/1 volume in short LV1 that 7 dated 1st April 2026, informing him to immediately initiate a structured handing over process of the station, including the transfer and proper documentation of all police records, relocation of all administrative and operational functions, and the redeployment of the officers to facilitate the planned degazettement of Capitol Hill Police Station, and subsequently surrender the title deed to enable the transfer of the land to aforementioned entities. In view of the above, this is my submission to the Honorable Committee regarding the actions undertaken by the National Police Service in compliance with the Cabinet approval. I submit.
Thank you, IG. Senator Sifuna.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. First of all, it is a very concerning, IG, that this is public property. You have confirmed in your response there that the title was held by the PS State Department of National Treasury as trustee for the National Police Service. What I want to understand, Chair, and maybe the Secretariat can confirm. Number one, who is this Africa Trade Insurance Agency? Is it a public body or a private entity? Same as Financial Sector Regulators and St. John Ambulance Kenya. And because you have said that the transfer of the subject parcel is to these three entities, can you confirm whether the land is being subdivided or it's being owned jointly, and the specifics of that? Number two, IG, you have referenced some documents here, and I was very specific to the clerk that in your response you must attach this documentation, the correspondence. So can we confirm, clerk, whether the communication from the PS State Department of Internal Security dated 20th June 2025 has been provided to the committee? Number two, whether the letter seeking legal advice from the Honorable Attorney General dated 15th July 2025 regarding the proposed degazettement has been provided to the committee? And thirdly, Honorable Speaker, and this is the greatest concern, the legal opinion itself from the AG, and the problem we have, IG, is that before you declared that said parcel of land redundant for police use, we want confirmation from your office whether there was stakeholder involvement, because this complaint originated from the business people in Upper Hill themselves, who consider that Upper Hill Police Station is extremely crucial to the security situation in the area for the sake of their businesses. So we want to know whether public participation was done, including stakeholder involvement, or you just all you did was to seek clarification or legal opinion from the AG and then proceeded to do that. Those would be my questions for now, Honorable Speaker. Chair.
IG. Can we have the IG address the issues raised by Sifuna first? Proceed, IG. And IG, also, if you have any documents to table regarding this matter, this will probably be the right time to table those documents.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair and Honorable Members. The issues raised by the Honorable Senator Sifuna, number one, I have all the letters with me here, so we are going to table them here.
Yes, table the documents.
We are going to ensure that he gets the letters here.
Yeah. Do you have copies of the documents that you want to table?
Do you have copies? This is the one. So we have one. So, Honorable Chair, we only have one set here.
Chairman, we can, the documents can be tabled, we get copies so that we can do follow-up questions.
Okay, in the as we are waiting for the documents to be
Let them be
circulated, can the IG proceed with
Yeah, but let him table the documents so that you can direct the be photocopied for us, so that we can make reference.
Clerk, let the
Chair,
IG table the documents and then proceed.
Chair, Senator Sifuna has asked for 5 documents, three documents. I don't know, IG, whether you have the 3 documents.
The 3 letters.
The 3 letters. So
every letter quoted.
if you don't have, then we can. You have them. No, he's saying he has one.
No, he hasn't said. He has a single copy of it. He has a single copy of it.
It's
IG,
good to confirm from him.
what documents are you tabling? If you can just the heading.
Honorable Chair and honorable members, I'm being advised that what we need, you need to give us some time so that we can be able to supply them in a good order, the way they are appearing in my letter. So I hope if that is around.
So you're not tabling any documents?
No,
You are not tabling any documents?
Not now, but I'm going to table later to the clerk.
Okay, very well.
But I hope you have gotten the letters requested by the senator. So how much time do you need?
Yeah, I've gotten.
How much time do you need? How much time do you need? IG.
As I go back to the office, and then
Today, tomorrow, the day after?
1 week?
Give us a definite.
no, give me
7 days?
give
What
me
do you-
7 days. 7 days.
7 days.
7 days.
7 days. Very well. Proceed to answer the question.
Chairman, I wanted your guidance. That is in order. But since he has the letters, he can read them to us. Then we engage and finalize this meeting today. Copies I understand, but he has the letters. Let him read to us the contents of those letters.
Okay, let's first allow the IG to respond to the questions raised by Senator Sifuna. IG.
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. So I would request, as we have agreed, that get the time to do the documents for the.
Yes, you've been provided with 7 days.
Yes, within 7 days.
Within 7 days.
Of course, the letters have got other confidential information that I would wish that we.
This is the Senate. You know, there is no issue of it is going to be within the Senate, isn't it?
No, I think since we have given IG 7 days for his comfort and our comfort, members I would request to give him the 7 days, let him put his documents together. Please.
Then, Chair, let us adjourn. Let them forward the documents to us. We interrogate the matter when we have the documents.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
Because, you see, we are the people's representative. We have been asked a question by Senator of Nairobi. We need to prepare a report to to the floor. So if he wants time to forward the document, let us adjourn, we give him time, he makes copies, sends to us, then we can interrogate the matter when we have all the documents before us.
Chair.
Yes, Senator Sifuna.
You know, IG, we were doing very well. I don't know what has changed. We were doing very well. The letters are here. You just need to table it. And the clerk was already ready to receive. This committee is a committee of security. We understand. We have been through these things before. If you want us to see things in camera, we can kick these guys out. But we need answers for the people. And IG, you know, when it comes to matters of public property, there really is no secret there. There is no secret. It was a police station. It's now going to be no longer a security installation. We just need answers for the people of Nairobi. We were doing so well, Chair. I don't even know where this issue of 7 days came from. The documents are here.
I agree with you. We were doing so well. I don't know what happened along the way. I think Senator Mogeni brought a little bit of confusion. So
Sure, Chair,
let us, for purposes of neatness and tidiness, we have agreed to give him the IG 7 days to prepare the documents requested by you, Senator Sifuna. And since he cannot table them now, we give him 7 days to table those documents, and then we interrogate this matter once we are all furnished with the documents. I think that is probably the most tidy way to go about it. Otherwise, we'll just be confusing each other the way we are confusing each other now.
So is it your direction that we adjourn this matter?
We adjourn this matter and address it once we have the documents, all the letters.
Before you
have been.
adjourn,
Yes, Senator Umtata.
this matter touches me personally because my private office is on Taj Tower, which is next to the police station. So, in fact, when the commotion began, even the police officers were just ambushed. Some of them came to my office to say, what is going on? And the community, the Upper Hill community, in fact, I'm going to advise them to approach you as the Senator of Nairobi to come and raise the issue in the Senate. I felt I was conflicted because I'm right there. And I'm telling you this idea that the patrol post in Kenyatta or whatever can serve us, it cannot. The day Kibet Bull was abducted from my office, I literally ran to that police station to make a report. It's next door. Imagine if I had to go to Kenyatta, or to Kilimani, or to Kibera. And the police post may not have the services that a police station has. So the idea that that police station can just be casually closed and removed is an issue that is anathema to some of us. So what is being disclosed here is disregard for the people you represent, who includes me in this matter. And so I think this matter should be given the seriousness it deserves. And if possible, I would request this committee to inject any transfer of that title deed to these entities, to issue a resolution that until this matter is resolved here, there should be no transfer of that title deed. I don't know if the committee has got the capacity to do that. I don't know, but that needs to be done. Because this is a very, very important matter. And if you look at the kind of establishments, the kind of properties in that area, it's a very high area. It cannot sit without a police station. It cannot sit without the services of security. So we are very, very worried as people of that area.
Senator Umtata, I think we've agreed we are going to handle this matter once all the documents have been furnished to the committee. So let's give that opportunity, and then we can interrogate it even further. Because we can't do it halfway. We have to have the information in detail and in writing for purposes of the committee.
The danger that the Senator of Busia is raising is that by the time those 7 days are over,
the insecurity
matters might have escalated to the fact that to the extent that the title is gone. What preservation orders can you issue so that we stall this process? Because we need to understand, as he has rightly said, who these people are and why we are transferring public property to private entities.
I think members, we can internally look at the status of the property. And then once the documents are served with us, we can actually answer those questions and see how we can be able now to take action on whatever you have said. If that is okay.
Senator of Nairobi. Senator of Nairobi, sorry, Dulo, you can proceed.
We should request also your appearance. Immediately you have submitted your documents so that we can fast track the conversation.
As we deliberate, Senator of Nairobi, I think as per the submission by the IG and the title holder of the police station, I think I remember him saying that it's held by Treasury.
But
it's held in trust by Treasury. So should we also request that when we're interrogating this matter, that the PS Treasury also appears, so that he can also answer to some of the questions?
The best person, Honorable Chair, because the PS for Treasury was just a trustee for the National Police Service, and the response from the IG is that they were implementing a cabinet resolution the best person would be the principal cabinet secretary, the PCS, the Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, to be able to advise us how cabinet resolved to.
From them.
Yes, this is
From,
this is
yes.
the Principal Secretary, State Department for Internal Security and National Administration, via the letter dated 20th June, informed my office of a cabinet approval authorizing the transfer of subject parcel of land to Africa Trade Insurance Agency. So the best person here to explain the cabinet resolution would be the PCS.
PCS. And also the Attorney General provided a legal basis on this matter. Will it be prudent also to have the Attorney General explain the legal rationale behind the transfer?
That's why we wanted those documents first, Chair, so that we can know who we need to speak to for what.
Very well. I will be giving a ruling on this.
There's need to preserve this land. If you have got the power to do it, I would request you do it. Because it will be futile to come here when the land has already been transferred to these entities. I shall be pounding water in a mortar.
Very well, Honorable Senators, I've heard you, and we need to proceed because of time. I'll be making a ruling, Chair, on that matter.
Maybe we need to invite PCS
Okay.
and Attorney General to our meeting once the documents are with us.
Very well.
Yeah.
We shall be making a detailed ruling on that.
Yeah, Chair, maybe what you
Senator
do,
Mugeni.
now that we have had presentation from Amutata, as soon as we release them, we can remain behind for a few minutes and see whether we can do some preliminary report on the issue of preservation of the property for the adoption of the house.
Very well. Thank you, Senator Mugeni. Honorable Senators, we're going to go to the last item on the agenda, which is any other business. But before I open up the floor for any other business, I want to inform the committee that we have received a letter from the Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Interior and National Administration. And he notifies the committee that the scheduled appearance before the Senate National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations Committee coincides with the Cabinet Committee at which my attendance is required. In view of this unavoidable scheduling conflict, I have nominated the Principal Administration Secretary for Internal Security to represent the Ministry of the at the Senate session. The Principal Administrative Secretary will be accompanied by the IG and Director of Criminal Investigation, who are well seized of the matter under consideration. I'll provide the necessary briefs and clarifications to the committee. And he has attached the response to questions before the committee. Senators, we finished.
Chair,
But according to his apology, he has nominated the Principal Secretary. And I think we have discussed here that we wanted both the CS and the Permanent Secretary. So I think that is, the Secretariat wanted me to read to the committee because we have discussed and deliberated this matter and resolved that we will have both the CS and the PS. But given the circumstances, if we do receive such a letter as a committee, do we abide by it, agree to it, or we still insist that the CS and the PS have to appear with the IG?
You know, the Constitution knows the CS.
It's for this matter.
Yeah. Chair, the Constitution in black and white
It's for today.
talks of Cabinet Secretary can appear before any committee of the Senate or National Assembly. So I think on this one, we should not belabor. We have made a decision that we need the CS and the PS to appear because of the gravity of the matter at hand. And I'll propose that we stick with that position and require him to appear. If you read the Constitution, it's only the Cabinet Secretary who can initiate some policy changes touching on the functions of police or any other security agency. That's why we need him to appear in person.
Very well. Any other business?
Chair.
Senator Chuti.
Sorry to take you back. There is second part of my statement that has not been responded to by IG and DCI on the man who disappeared from Isiolo for 6 months. He came back and he said, I'm the one who used government security agencies to abduct him. This man is relative of the governor for Isiolo. I have reported, I've written statement. I'm being told the file is being actually forwarded to DPP. And I hope, because this also links us to the insecurity issue that I'm talking about against me. And I hope it's not a shell file. It's a file with facts and evidences, because the person who claims to have been abducted, he has also background in security issues as far as I'm concerned. I'll stop at that.
Chair, let me, I mentioned my statement, which the first one was on 3rd October 2023, and the other one is about 2-3 weeks ago. And I don't want to blame the committee, but that statement, Chair, that statement both statement touches on the issues we had. There is an issue between Wajir County and Marsabit County. And if you can remember, I think 2 days ago, the CS, I wanted you to listen if possible. The CS Interior came before National Assembly. And I wanted, because the IG is here now, if I can ask 2 or 3 questions in that regard, instead of asking him to come back again. If you allow.
Chute, proceed, ask the questions, but be brief and precise.
Very specific.
Yes,
very specific. Question. First of all, Chair, when the CS came before the committee of security at the National Assembly, that issue, the issue was raised by a member of parliament, who is Professor Guyo, and he raised this issue. We know our borders, administrative borders. There is Wajir, very clearly marked, and Marsabit County. The CS then said he has done some small investigation and he has found that the area, there is an RDU camp being built in Marsabit County, funded by CDF from Wajir. So when he was asked, he said he thinks that place, or the investigation shows that that place is in Wajir. Chair, if you go to the border today, Moyale border, if you cross that border and you put the pin, and you send that pin to anybody, they will know that you are in Moyale, but Ethiopia side. So I want to make something very clear today. That area is Marsabit County. So the question I want to ask the IG, we met with the AIG some time back on this issue, and he promised us the construction is going to be stopped. First, I want to know if it has been stopped, and we requested the security officers to be deployed. We don't have any objection. RDU come to be built, constructed in Marsabit County, we will really support it, but not using money from other counties. So my question is, if there has been deployed, that's the thing I wanted to know. Number 2, I want the IG to note, when the security officers from Sololo went to the site, a gentleman called Arab Abdile Abdi threatened the security officers there, and he particularly mentioned the name of the assistant chief from Botot area called Did Jirmo Kalkalo. I want the IG, please take note that if anything happens, the blame should go to that particular person, Arab Abdile Abdi. If you can, if my request would be please take a statement from this guy, because we don't want conflict between the two communities. Finally, Bwana AG, you earlier mentioned that Marsabit is very peaceful, and that is during your time as a GSU in charge. And I want to thank you for that. You've done a very good job. But unfortunately, of late, the problem we are having is from the police officers. Abductions. They have abducted more than 15 young boys from Sorolo and Moyale area. Never been found. One was killed. We reported that matter. And up to today, nobody has been arrested. So I want you to respond on that one.
Thank you.
And one more, please. In fact, two. Bwana IG, we have a market in Merile. We buried a young man yesterday who is a livestock trader. He was brutally killed in Merile. I know you're doing a very good job. Please, I want two things. Number one, a very quick, thorough investigation. Number two, please kindly, we have a GSU personnel there. We have administration police and police and SMS. When there is market day, please deploy enough officers so that our business people, young, energetic people, can easily go and buy and bring their nini.
Thank you, Senator.
Only one final, please. Yeah. The final one is between IG, between Moyale and Isiolo, we have 17 police barriers. And we really support you on the issue of drug. We have problems, infiltration of drug from Ethiopia side. And we will support you with that. But all these barriers are like toll stations. Please, if you can have a highway patrol, instead of having barriers all the way, you can have highway patrol between, let's say, Isiolo, Merile, Marsabit, Turbi, and Moyale will be easier for you. Because people know, criminals know, the barrier is there, they will avoid it. But innocent people are suffering. So please, if you can tell us how you are going to help us, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator Chute. Senator Mogeni, any other business?
Yeah, just very quickly, I want to write on the appearance of the IG. In 2020, residents of a place called Tindereti in Borabu, Nyansiongo, Borabu constituency, Nyamira, donated a title deed, transferred it to the police to facilitate construction of a police station. That was way back in 2020 through the commandant. I think she was a lady then, who is, I think she's now serving in the headquarters, yes. Could I kindly know what is the status, whether you have done any budgetary allocation to build that police station? Because the community gave you a title deed so that you can deal with issues of insecurity, cattle rustling within that agriculturally productive ward called Nyansiongo. Please.
Thank you. Listen, too many questions.
No. It's
be here the whole afternoon.
This is for our people, Chairman. Security issues are sensitive. Kindly
proceed.
Just on a follow-up to the question that has been asked. I don't know that this affects you. These are concerns we get from the people we serve. I think those are the people that the president leads, we serve. Those are the people you want to ensure that they do their business in a comfortable manner. There is complaint here that the number of roadblocks from Nairobi all the way past Mayu, Narok, Bomet to Kisii are so many. You know, people plying that route complain. I don't know whether there is a policy, whether you should have one roadblock in a county. There are so many. Somebody was telling me there are over 14. So is there a way, you know, we want to have a country where citizens are happy, you know, where citizens are happy. In Bhutan state now, it is measuring the happiness of the people. You know, if people are doing business, they need to feel happy. And we know you also need to secure a country. ensure that we don't allow terrorists to move freely, but it should be a delicate balance. Is it possible you tell us what you think is ideal number of roadblocks from here to Kisii? Those are, I think, 3 counties, Narok, Bomet, then you get into Nyamira. Please.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Omtata.
Don't forget about the young man who's in Garissa also.
I will raise that issue.
Yes, I just want to use the opportunity that the police command is here. There's an issue of public property being destroyed in Busia. And when you go to the police, they just flail their hands that it looks like it's, and the property belongs to the National Irrigation Board. That is big pipes, very big pipes, which are about more than a meter in width. You can stand inside them. This irrigation scheme is being vandalized, and the pipes are being taken to Uganda. And I've vandalized about 5 kilometers of the pipes have gone. You've made reports to the police, you've done whatever, there's inaction being done. And that's, I think, a lot of government property is being destroyed. The only police post there has 2 constables, not even an inspector. They have no capacity. They say they have no capacity to deal with these people who come at night. And these are huge pipes. They even come with welding machines to cut them. They dig them out of the ground, they cut them, but there's no action from the local police. They seem, so we are not able to understand why the police are unable to stop that destruction of government property in that place. If that can be addressed, I'll be very grateful. The other issue is that even a police like Busia Police Station, Land Cruiser, whatever, they don't have. So there was a police, like my own police station in Amkura, when they split the sub-county, Teso South was split into Teso Central, all the equipment were taken to Teso South, where the MP comes from, Mere Mas, and now me where I come from, Teso Central. Our police if you go to the office of the police, they're just bare. They have nothing there. So even if you have got an emergency, they have no capacity to respond. So I'd pray that if you can, look into those issues. And most urgent is that property. Let us save that investment because it's supposed to do an irrigation scheme in the area. But the pipes are being dug up and they look like very expensive pipes, what are very huge. I would pray that you take decisive action. And then there's a police, I don't know how you can call it, it was constructed about 2 kilometers from my house, from my home. The buildings are there, but there are no officers. So we don't know whether we would call it a police station if there are no officers, or whether I don't know how to call that thing. In Amkura, this is under Kwangamor, the location is called Kwangamor. Kwangamor, that's my village, White Rocks. So that thing was built, and it's just there. So I don't know why it has been a problem to deploy officers to that place. That's all, Chair.
Thank you, Senator Omtata. And maybe I should also take this opportunity because IG have appeared before the committee. I'm sure you're aware that there was a shooting that took place in Garissa where a young man, 24 years old taxi driver, who was arrested, detained, handcuffed, and then shot by, I think he's an officer at the Criminal Investigation Department. Is it DCI or CID? I don't know if you still use CID. He's a driver at the DCI Garissa who has been at large and on the run. I just want to know if there's any progress in ascertaining where the individual is, if he has been arrested and a statement taken from him, just as an update, because it's been 48 hours since the incident, because now rumors are milling that he's probably being assisted by police officers to run. We don't want such rumors to continue. And also, on the same matter, as raised by Senator Chute and Senator Mugeni, the issue of checkpoints and police roadblocks. Where this incident happened was along the Modika Barak Junction corridor in Garissa. I am informed that there it's a stretch of 3 kilometers, and sometimes there are as many as 15 roadblocks. I don't know how true this is. And these checkpoints or roadblocks, there's also a lot of accusation that a lot of harassment takes place and extortion takes place on these checkpoints or roadblocks. If you could please also inform this committee if there's actually a policy in place in terms of number of roadblocks that can be within a county, on a road, and what does the policy state? IG, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chair and honorable members. The questions that have been raised by the members here, the honorable senators, they are very valid and very, very important questions that actually affects our day-to-day life as a people. So I believe that they need to be given, the highest responsibility in terms of ensuring that whatever is raised here is put into consideration and the best processes put on to ensure that there is a good balance between everything, because on one part there is security, on the other part we have our freedoms that we must also protect. Chair, honorable members, one of our responsibility of a police officer is the protection and the defense of the rights and freedoms of the people by following the radar processes, procedures by the Police Act, and even by the Constitution and the law. So on the matters, I start with what the chair said. On the matters of Garissa's recent killing, number one, I must say that that was a very, very unfortunate case. Very unfortunate case. And our officers are well guided to always operate within the frameworks of the law, because the law is our defender. And for that reason, when that happened, we called on board immediately the Independent Policing Oversight Authority to take over that kind of investigation and quickly come up with a report. And we, on our part, we are supportive of that process. So we are yet to arrest the young driver, that man, but I want to assure you, Chair, and this committee that it's just a matter of time before we get him. And we are going to get him, and if it is proved that he went against the law, then he will have his time in the or before the court of law to answer to those very serious offense. On the matter of checkpoint, because there is an area that have also been raised by several of members. On matters roadblock, Section 69A of the Traffic Act states very, very clearly that the Inspector General of Police may by a notice in the Gazette designate a place along the road on which police roadblock may be mounted. However, having said that, we also have the counties the way they are right now. Security issues do arise. So the county commanders can also be able to lay ad hoc, roadblocks or checkpoints, so that they can be able to interdict given, offenses that have been committed or they are about to be committed. So again, it's a delicate balance. But the truth of the matter is that the Inspector General gazettes those areas that needs to have the checkpoints and the roadblocks. However, I myself, together with these commanders here and the DCI, we are also concerned with the number of the roadblocks and checkpoints that are to be found in a small stretch. For example, from Mombasa to Nairobi, I think we have got around 14 of them. So really, we are looking at that, we ourselves, at our level, to see to it that we only retain what is really very, very necessary, because the county commanders at the same time, they can be able to lay the ad hoc roadblocks if a report is made from another area or a different county that there is an offense that is being committed along a given route, say Mombasa, Nairobi, Busia, or say Nairobi, Garissa, and so forth and so forth. They can still be able to raise those roadblocks, ensure that whatever kind of arrest or checking have been checked, and then once that is done, then we don't need the roadblock to be there. So this is an area that we ourselves we are addressing. On Friday last week, last week, we had a meeting there at the National Police Leadership Academy on Tuesday this week, whereby I had summoned all the county commanders, the regional commanders, and then we met even with the PS, East Africa, State Department for East African Community. We addressed the same issue. And it is true, for example, between Bomet and Narok, there are too many. But at the same time, remember, there are those others that are led by the county governments for their own operations here. So it's a tricky area, because ours are primarily for security reasons, but for the county government, the forces and others is allowed by the law. But from where we sit, we are ourselves. You can see the steps that we have taken, even having that meeting together with the PS East African, State Department for East Africa, to also advise us on what's the net effect of all these kind of roadblocks. So, Honorable Chair and Honorable Members, that is an area that we ourselves, as the responsible people for security, we are also looking into with a view to reducing what probably could be really unnecessary on our roads. For the Busia police station and many other police stations, the issues of motor transport is a big problem. However, I want to assure you, honorable members, that the government is doing everything possible, and with your support, I am sure each and every police stations within the Republic of Kenya, whereby I say that we have got 1,300, and we have got also the formed up unit, the camps, and many others that are used to provide security in Kenya. We need adequate transport, and the government is actually moving in that speed, and we want to appreciate our president himself, our CS actually. They are dead serious on the provision of transport to the security sector, because that is one way of even dealing with these goons and gangs, by ensuring that enabling the police to be able to move fast. So very soon you are going to see many motor vehicles on our roads, marked police, including from the area. They will also be there, honorable member. So it's an area that we are very much concerned, but at the same time, as my DIG is saying, whatever we are going to get in the interim period, Busia should benefit.
Don't forget even illiterate, please.
Of course,
even illiterate.
So that is where we are on matters motor vehicle. Very serious business. We are happy the kind of support that we are getting from the government, because it understands. These are some of the equipments that we require as we continue to, number one, to modernize the policing services, and number two, as we continue to ensure that our police stations becomes the centers of excellence through which services are offered to the people of Kenya. We must also enable them to do that. Then there is also the question of numbers, where the senator for Busia indicated that there is a police post with some two officers there, and they are all constables. What I want to say on this, number one, honorable chair and honorable members, you are all aware that last year in November, we did recruit 10,000 police officers. Recruit police officers. They are currently undergoing their training. They are in their 22nd week of training. I said here before that we have even sent some in Meru area there. They are doing the practical part of training in those areas. A clear indication that by the end of August, early September, we will be having additional police officers in the service. Meaning now the numbers where we have 2, you'll find there are 6 or there are 7. Hence, that is also going to work very well. And I hope even by then, even that police post will also have a motor vehicle, so that even with the new police officers together with the motor vehicles, then they can be able to render their service as required by the law. But at the same time, I must also hasten Honorable Chair and Honorable members to congratulate the men and women in uniform for the works that they do on 247. On 247, 100,000 plus, ensuring that our country remains safe and secure. There is always 1 or 2, going astray, rogue. But the majority of these officers, including those in Busia, they are doing their best to ensure that everywhere within our republic remains safe and secure. And I want to salute them for a good, well-done job. And I want to encourage them that we are doing everything possible to even ensure that they have adequate numbers of motor vehicles that they require, additional police officers to ensure that they discharge their duties, especially now that we are also preparing ourselves and gearing ourselves as a country to move towards the impending general elections which will be held next year in this country. So these are the measures that we are also putting in place to ensure that even the Senator for Isiolo, the issues of security are also well addressed, because we also have adequate numbers deployed in those areas once the recruits also graduate. So this is a step forward, and also to encourage that this committee, you support us so that we can also be able to recruit and train more. Yes, because the numbers are still low. Remember, right now, honorable members and honorable chair, we are studying at 1 police officers to 531 Kenyans. Yes, at now. The United Nations provides for 1 police officer to 450. So you can see we are still way off. So there is need for continuous recruitment so that we can be able to ensure that we move towards that ratio that is required, so that we ensure that the Senator of Busia does not meet 2 officers. The Senator of Kenya or Busia. Yes, thank you very much for that correction. You will have more officers on the ground because we will be closing the gap from 1 to 531, probably to 1 to 500, to 1 to 480, and so on. So the numbers of officers will definitely grow. So that is our
point of information to IG. The number of goons grooming and mushrooming against the police officers is wanting. And I hope you are planning to do something, because election is just coming. Because you will not manage. Number 2, the issue of transport, especially far-flung areas. And provincial administration, the sub-county administrator, are they called DCCs? Most of them, they don't have transport, and they're supposed to complement each other. So you need to discuss even that with the CS. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, Honorable Chair and Honorable members. It is true, we indicated there before that we have a problem with transport, and it is not only for the policing service. It's also even for the GAO teams, because all of us work together. Remember, the GAO chairs the security meetings, so we always complement each other. So that is actually the situation. But I want to say that this is an area that we want to change very fast, and any way you can support us, please support us in that direction, and we will forever be grateful if that is done. Then.
Police station.
Oh yes, the police station. This one, honorable chair and honorable members, this question was asked by Senator Omugeni, and I want to say that I need just to go back to the office and I find out the status, what is where we are, what has happened, and I know our director of planning is with us here. He's just going to check, and then from here I can communicate straight to you on that matter. So the market in Meride, that is on Marsabit. This is an issue that was raised by Honorable Senator Chute. Thank you very much for that issue, that we need to provide adequate number of police officers, especially during the markets or market days. This is what I have assured, that our principal duty is to protect and ensure that the rights and freedoms of all our people are protected, including those going to the market and those going to do other businesses. They are guaranteed. So it is true this and that we are going to address. Every other time there are markets, we can always be able to move to deploy adequate numbers, and that way we can ensure that the markets also thrive. And then I also wanted to hasten that these issues of roadblocks, once we get adequate transport in our stations, actually, it's just going to die naturally, because now the officers will be able to move out from the station, patrol, go back to the stations. They can be able, and remember, we also moving on and ensuring that we deploy technology at now. So this kind of technology is also going to assist us. Remember, for example, we are doing it in Nairobi, we are doing it in Mombasa, it's happening in Nakuru, Eldoret, Kisumu, Nyeri, I think parts of Meru, and then from there now we'll also grow it to other centers. So you can see that there is a lot of works that are going on, Honorable Chair and Honorable members, to ensure that we, as we move forward, we also enhance security, complement security by the use of technology, including in the next 3 months, we should be having the digital will be with us in a manner that anything like what has been raised by Honorable Senator here, you can always raise with the nearest station. It's a matter of, urgency. And even the Inspector General, the DCI, the DIGs, they can actually be able to see that there's a serious matter that have been raised. So we are also leveraging a lot on matters technology to assist us on policing, to enhance our policing ability in the Republic, Honorable Chair and Honorable members. Now there is the issue of abductions that were mentioned in Isiolo, in Marsabit. Honorable Chair.
Isiolo also. That the one abducting people using government security.
Let me mention all these issues. When Chair and members, the issues of abduction, I want first of all to say this, that the police, the National Police Service does not abduct, but we do investigate all missing persons that are reported in all our stations throughout our country. People go missing for different reasons or for various reasons. They can go missing, either mental problem or other issues. But every report made to the police regarding a missing person, it is the duty and responsibility of the DCI to immediately open an inquiry file on the same, and that file to remain on until that issue is concluded. So, Honorable Chair and members, police does not carry out abduction, no. But police do investigate all matters reported to it, including missing persons. So, Honorable Chair, that is an area that I want to assure the Honorable Senator from Marsabit that those issues, because I know they have been raised in our stations in those areas, their investigations are ongoing, and from time to time we get updated of what is happening throughout our territorial matters, security, and even in those especially serious investigations that happen from time to time. You have also noted that there are those that are indicated as missing, but then after some time they also resurface and tell us different stories. We have seen others being indicated as missing, but then we end up finding them, somewhere just enjoying themselves. And so there is a lot in that area of missing persons, and that's the reason why every reported case of missing person must be investigated to the logical conclusion, so that you can be able to understand it fully. And then the officers in Sororo, I'm sorry that they went somewhere, somebody threatened them. Whoever threatened them should have been arrested immediately, because the police have got the powers to arrest. And then that we can be able to understand why is it that he is threatening. However, let me say this. From where I sit, formed up units, the GSU, the RDUs, the border patrol units, and others, SOGs, these forces don't operate, being confined within their boundaries. No. They move around to ensure that they can be able to follow on a certain crime. Say, for example, stolen animals. We follow them from where they have been stolen to wherever they have been taken. And these are areas, the things that have been happening. But now, you have raised a very, very pertinent issue, where the construction money is coming from somewhere else, and then the building are being done somewhere else. This issue was raised in another meeting that I happened to attend, and I was together with the CS. The CS indicated that he had met the people from that area, and it was agreed that the construction should be halted. On my part, together with my team here, we are going to visit that area so that we also see it for ourselves, and then also get to understand. Because I have heard from you, I have heard from other corners. So we ourselves, we also want to go there so that we can be able to understand and even get it from officers, even from Sororo, to get to understand why is it that someone chased them away. And you also need to understand that honestly. But what I want to assure you, Mheshimiwa, is that rest assured that we, from where I sit, that area, Marsabit, must remain safe and secure. Issues can be discussed at different levels, but we ensure that our areas remains safe and secure, because, as you said, we don't have any other country. We only have this one. So in whatever we do, we must remember that our country is Kenya only. We don't have another Kenya B somewhere that can go. So I believe that whatever is happening there are issues that can be discussed at other levels, but when it comes to matter security, we are going to do whatever is possible within ourselves, and if we feel that we need to escalate to the CS or to higher levels, then we can still be able to do that. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair and Honorable Members.
Thank you. Thank you, IG.
Just one last one. One last one.
Or the one for the pipes.
We've really run out of time. We need to adjourn.
Just one last one on my matter. Chair, I have not had any comment on the guy who disappeared to Kismayu and came back and said I abducted him. That matter I would request anti-terror and intelligence to investigate, because it's a very serious matter.
Chair, otherwise, on the question of pipes that was asked by Honorable Senator of Kenya from Busia, Honorable Senator, I want to assure you, as I have said, we have had it, and we are going to look at it. We are going to get to understand what is it that is happening. The DCI have had, and he is going to institute investigations into that. With a view, first of all, we stop, and then we investigate, and then we even get the criminals involved in vandalizing government properties and deal with them as guided by the Constitution. Yeah. Yes, we have taken note.
Thank you. Thank you. The issue raised by Dulo?
So the issue that have just been raised by Senator Duro about this person who disappeared, went somewhere, and then after some time, and he came back. Yeah. So I agree with you. We are going to discuss with the DCI, and then we see how best which team can actually be able, because we have got the best investigators. Honorable Senator. No, they are there. They can do the job.
Very well, IG. Thank you very much for your time, ID. And as a committee, we give the following directions: that the committee takes exceptional concern with the manner in which the governors have remained unaccountable in many aspects. The committee directs the IG to take the necessary steps to address this matter. Secondly, the subject matter on Senator Osotsi, the committee adjourns the consideration of the matter pending the appearance of the CS Interior. Thirdly, the IG is directed to conclude the investigations on the matter of threats to the life of Senator Fatuma Dulo within 14 days. Fourthly, the Office of the IG takes every necessary steps to protect the life of Senator Fatuma Dulo and assure her of safety in Isiolo as an elected leader. 5, the subject matter relating to the degazettement of Upper Hill Police Station is adjourned, pending the submission of the relevant documents on the ownership of the land to the committee within 7 days as directed by the committee. And following that, the committee shall be asking the following officers to appear before the committee: the AG, the PCS, the IG, and the CS Interior. With those remarks, IG and your team, I want to thank you. And IG, I don't know if citizens without uniform can salute the police officers, but we do salute, we do cherish, we do honor the police officers in uniform, those who are not in uniform, who are serving this country. And we do believe that the police officers and the men and women in uniform are our heroes. We cherish them. And you have the full support of this committee, IG. And we do know very well that the challenges that the police, National Police Service is facing. But from time to time, we are tasked as elected leaders to ask questions that the public pose to us. And that's why we have the role of oversighting the National Police Service. So when we are asking tough questions, it's because we're doing our job. It's not because we don't respect and honor the officers in uniform. We do very much. And if we as citizens are allowed to salute, we salute you. Yeah, I think, Mogeni, you should actually physically salute the officers and the commanders who are here. Thank you very much. This meeting is adjourned, and we can leave at our own pleasure.